It's not just a play on words, it's a play on history, justice, and celebration. This is the story of how something so black, in skin, in struggle, in sorrow, finally got something fair. Fair as in just, fair as in overdue, and fair as in full blown celebration. Because Juneteenth is all about that. This story is all about that. Juneteenth, black and fair, a story of liberty long delayed, but never denied. The word Juneteenth comes from June and 19th. People also call it Freedom Day or Emancipation Day. It is a day to celebrate freedom and hope. But even though slavery ended, life was still very hard for the black people. They still faced unfair treatment and had to keep fighting for their rights. Picture this. The year is 1861 and the United States is staring at the seams. 11 southern states break away from the Union to form the Confederacy, clinging to a cruel system built on black backs, while the North says enough. When Abraham Lincoln becomes president, his opposition to slavery scares the South, and the Civil War explodes. For 4 years, from 1861 to 1865, America was torn by brutal battles. Finally, on April 9, 1865, the war ended when the Confederate armies surrendered. But many black people were arrested during the Civil War. The reasons deeply tied to racism and the laws of the time. In the South, enslaved black people could be jailed for trying to escape, helping the Union soldiers, or even for minor acts seen as disobedience. On June 19, 1865, soldiers came to Texas and told the enslaved black people there that they were free. The order for the enforcement was given by Major General Gordon Granger. This was 2 years after President Abraham Lincoln declared black people free through the Emancipation Proclamation, which he issued on Jan 1, 1863. But many people in Texas didn't know this until that day. Slavers in Texas ignored the proclamation and continued to treat black people as property, keeping them in bondage and under strict control. The first Juneteenth celebration happened in Texas in 1866. People prayed, sang songs, and wore new clothes to show that they were free. As black families moved to other parts of the country, they brought Juneteenth with them. Over the years, many states started celebrating this day with food, music, and gatherings. But the fight for fairness didn't stop. Even after slavery ended, black people faced unfair laws and violence. In the 1860s, the civil rights movement helped bring more change, but the struggles for equal rights is still going on today. One important moment in recent times was when George Floyd died in 2020. A video showed a police officer kneeling on the neck of George. This sparked protests all over the United States and even in other countries. People shouted Black Lives Matter to say that black people deserve respect and fair treatment. The protests made many people talk about racism and how to fix it. In 2021, Juneteenth became a national holiday in the United States. This was a big win for people like Opal Lee, who worked very hard for many years to make Juneteenth a holiday. The energy from the George Floyd protests helped make this happen. Some people are now debating whether Juneteenth is losing its true meaning because of President Trump's anti-DEI policies. With new rules cutting support for DEI programs, many Juneteenth events are reportedly facing funding problems, fewer sponsors, and even cancellations. Organizers say these changes make it harder to celebrate the holiday's history and message about freedom and equality. Some worry that without strong support, Juneteenth could become less about remembering the struggle for black freedom and more just another day off.